there's so much microbial action taking place in here that it's creating a ton of heat. And that's what breaks down the carbon and mixes it with the nitrogen and utilizes the water and creates incredible soil. This was all leaf mulch. Now it's teeming with insects. The birds are just dying to get in here and break it down, but we find that in our climate, if we let the chickens in too fast, they break it down before it can start heating up. So we keep it covered for a couple days before we let them come in and do their thing. Look at that action. Who taught y'all how to do this? Wow. 117. All right, y'all. Get out of my pile. I'll make you a new one. Hey, can you guys see me? Welcome back to Strand Farm, where we grow independent together. Today, we're making another simple compost ring. Now, you've probably seen our old simple compost ring that we did a few months ago with cardboard. And we'll put the link up above. If you don't have cardboard, well, do you have sticks? Today's build requires Today's build requires stakes, a rake, a tarp, and a poundy thing. Today, it's a 5-pound felling wedge, a splitting wedge. Let's get this build on. Don't let me forget the last ingredient. Brush from the brush pile. Our wood chipper is out of commission right now, and these brush piles are so ugly, we got to put them to use and beautify this area. I was trying to find a frame where this tarp was not in view, but we literally just roll this pile down, cover it with the tarp so it can keep composting so the chickens don't scratch it down immediately, and then we build another ring right in front of it, and just right on down the mountain we go. This compost ring needs to be about 6 feet in diameter. So I'll start with the corner. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About 3 feet from here. That'll do it. All right, let's get some brush. If your sticks have branches, that's even better because that helps keep the leaf mulch from escaping. We're just trying to slow this compost pile from rolling down the mountain until we want it to. Temporary is ideal. I remember the first time I made a compost ring was after watching a Permapastures Farm video, and it took me like 2 weeks to put together a ring because I thought I needed hardware cloth or some sort of wire fencing, and so I let that stop me. I was like, I don't have hardware cloth. I don't have the wire to wire together for a 6-foot ring to make it sturdy. And it's like, just use the tools you have to get what you need done. And that's what we're doing right here, just to show you, just to encourage you that you have the tools. You already have the tools you need to get started on these kinds of things. It's just implementing and getting it done. And good thing a project like this doesn't take long, because I hear thunder and it's gonna rain soon, and I've got clothes on the line I gotta bring back inside. Let's put this Big Daddy on top. That'll be like the capstone to our composting pile project. Let's see. Woo, I hear thunder. Let's go right now. I'm just gonna weave in my loose ends or break them off. Whichever happens, that's what we're doing. Let's go to the other side. Let's weave in our loose ends. And there you have it, my friends. A composting ring for a compost pile for a chicken tractor on steroids, made out of brush. You don't need cardboard, and you don't need every tool in the world. Let's get it done. Okay, we are down slope from our new composting ring. And then there's our old compost pile that's still running at about 118 degrees Fahrenheit. So we got a lot of microbial action going in there, making a soil. And then down here is where I put fresh leaves and dried leaves from outside of our chicken fence. All of those leaves go in here, and the chickens just come down here and they scratch through it. They break it apart and they turn it into this perfect carbon material for not only bedding, but for the compost ring. If you don't have broken down leaf matter, the water just slides right off your leaves when you're trying to make a compost ring and when you're trying to get stuff done. So we found that this extremely accelerates the process and gets our piles burning a lot quicker, making our soil faster, helping us develop our permaculture project here at Strand Farm. So let's collect this stuff and add it to the pile. Gotta have a strong foundation to build your homestead on. Okay, we are at the chicken coop. Let's get some nitrogen. This is a complete chaos. It's been a couple of weeks since we've been able to come in here and clean out the chicken coop. So they pushed their tarp over. This is not a good setup, but there is a ton of poop in here. This system has been a problem since day one. I think it's a lot of work getting the chicken poop out of these chicken tractors. So I've designed a different process and a different way to collect the nitrogen from the birds. Stay tuned. We've got videos coming out. We've got a big thing going on. You're gonna love it. Let's get these eggs out before I break them all. Secret nest. Nitrogen is a major Kickstarter to a compost pile. That's why we use chickens. That's why Permapastures Farm uses chickens. That's why everybody should be using chickens. Because you can really build soil fast by using this method. Go check out Billy from Permapastures Farm's Chicken Tractor on Steroids. It's a playlist. I'm not sure if they updated it for the new season, but last season was absolutely fantastic. If you're unsure of what to do, they've got material galore. And I think he does a great job covering this process. We're just putting their process to use and then coming up with ways that work better for our homestead. It's going to be different for everyone, but you got to start somewhere. Okay, we have the base of our compost ring, and this is where our compost pile is going to be built. We're going to get the ground wet since it didn't rain yet. We're going to throw food scraps in here. I'm going to layer the bottom with the carbon that we just gathered from below. I'm going to layer in a whole batch of chicken dung, and we're going to make sure it's all wet and moist, and then I'm going to layer in some more carbon on top of that. And that'll be the start of our next compost pile. All right, everybody, we are approaching the dog days of summer. Stay hydrated. There's no point in building compost and building soil and running a homestead if you die from dehydration. You lose a lot of water out here, and you use a lot of water for these compost piles. Everybody is thirsty on the homestead. Keep fresh water, cool water if you can, and drink up. We covered this in our last simple composting ring video, which I provided the link to earlier, but we don't make the second half of the ring because we live on the side of a mountain and the birds just don't push the leaf mulch and the compost pile uphill. They push it downhill. So we just contain it by building a half ring. It saves you time too. Okay, carbon layer. You can have sticks. They can help with aeration. They're hard to flip, but it's all going back to the soil. All right, let's do our nitrogen source. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna collect some more leaf mulch down below for the chicken tractor bedding, and then also for this pile. I'll probably add 2 more small tarp loads to this pile, and then I just cover inside there. Oi! This is leaf mulch. I love this system.